would be insane to think that a small island in the middle of the Caribbean would be known to the majority of the world. With the green, gold, and black flag that flies unapologetically in the sky, it would also be crazy to imagine that this nation would be in the top 5 most recognizable flags in the world. My name is Michael Gamble. As a proud Jamaican, I took it as my mission to help tell the story of Jamaica and its people. The country of Jamaica is relatively small. There are some very interesting stories that lie within this country, but many people wouldn't know about these stories.
But sadly, pop culture in general has turned Jamaica into a place full of gangs, violence, marijuana, and a few places to vacation. And I know, and I'm sure a lot of you know, that Jamaica is a lot more than that. And that's why Jamaica Story exists. The idea is simple. Getting Jamaicans home and abroad to invest their time as well as their money into the country to, one, create opportunities, and two, preserve culture. And that's really where the real work begins.
I think people are used to a certain type of lifestyle here, and growing up, the more and more we're introduced to social media and TV and computers, it's the more they see a certain type of lifestyle. And being overseas, I guess it's easier for them to live that type of lifestyle, whereas you work and you could go get this nice stuff, whereas you might have to work a couple of more years to get it here. When I ask the question, do you ever think about like setting up shop and moving back to Jamaica? They're like, no, because it's more convenient here and we have everything here that we need, and it's comfortable living here. So I don't think I would be able to come back to Jamaica and live, and that's just...
We as Jamaicans, we don't understand how valuable our culture is, how amazing it is to have what we have and what we take for granted. I think that the problem with most of Jamaica, though, is like we're too Americanized. Like we want everything that America has, not realizing the value of what we have.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with leaving and immigrating to be able to pursue bigger things, to learn more, to experience more, to see more. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to leave your home country and start life somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. But when people feel that that is the only way that they're able to make a better life for themselves, that's where it gets dangerous, because not everybody's going to get to leave the country. So are you telling people that who aren't able to leave that they just have no right to a better life? So basically what I did since 2018, travel around the country of Jamaica, travel around the United States, and through technology, able to link with people in Europe and talk to different people who care about Jamaica, who are from Jamaica, who love the country and want to see it get better, and find out ways that they feel that we as the people, not the government, not an NGO association or organization, us as Jamaicans, home and abroad, can make the country better and keep progressing the country. I created this documentary because I wanted people to see Jamaica the way that I do. Jamaica is more than a vacation destination. It's a country filled with vibrant history, people, and culture. So I want to take you on this journey to discover the country of Jamaica and the citizens. So what does being a Jamaican mean?
Being Jamaican is more than a nationality. It's a culture. It's the whole vibe that we give off. It speaks to us. It's what we eat, what we wear, what we dress, how we dress, the Clarks on our foot, that kind of thing. So it's way more than the nationality. So the culture actually forms, shapes you, who you are.
Being a Jamaican, pride, confidence, unique are some of the words that I would use. That's how me being a Jamaican make me feel, you know what I mean? Small but strong, if you get what I say.
Being Jamaican means being full of fun, being very vibrant, energetic, love food, love to engage people, and just all about hype and entertainment, and just connecting and being raw.
Well, it means everything, cause Jamaica one of the greatest countries, because the whole culture, everybody seems to gravitate to the culture. You see me? If you listen to the whole hip hop scene and them things, most of the thing them sample and them thing there are like Jamaica.
What does being a Jamaican mean to me? Whoa, I don't think we have all day to answer that question. But In essence, being a Jamaican means I'm resilient. Yeah? It means I'm unapologetically black and African. As a Jamaican, I know that I'm from somewhere that I should be proud of. I'm from somewhere that has produced individuals and people that have paved the way globally for me to be of value to my community and to my country. That's what being Jamaican means to me.
Well, being a Jamaican is a wonderful feeling, you know, because when you look back, you're growing up and you reflect the life that you were living. Nowhere else across in this world you have experience like those. You know, so you say, Jamaica is blessed and you have an experience that you will always cherish to the end. When you remember growing up, Dolly House, you know, you can have Dandy Shandy. Where in the world you go see people playing Dandy Shandy, the famous backstroke. You know, we don't have it, you know, but you know, the country life, but we're still happy. You know, we're still happy and we say, this is life. We're feeling that this is life. And then you have the up in a truck or after school, we have to take off our shoes and walk in the rain, you know.
I mean, being Jamaican, what that means to me is, it means a lot. Because I'm a very historical guy, so I look at things from a historical context. I think when people realize the forces that were at play for you to actually be born in Jamaica and from Jamaica is just, you can't repeat those forces again. Jamaica was, when it was founded, or when it was stolen from the Arawaks, if you want to be more realistic about it, you know, that was really when people from the West started coming over to the Caribbean islands and to mix and have that melting pot and to be as unique as we are. People don't understand that this was the first time in history when the whole world actually met in one area of the world, and that was the Caribbean, and that was the Indies, and that was the West Indies. People don't understand that. Like, if you really think about it, when was there a time in history that people have mixed as much as they have, from Asians to Africans to Europeans to even the Indians that originally inhabited the islands? That is something people need to realize, that is, you don't get that often, and you're never going to get that again. I don't know how I came out so white. I don't really want to ask. I probably better leave that to you know, my DNA.
Well, being Jamaican to me, it means everything. It would come like the meaning of a baby to a mother, you know what I mean? So it's so important. Being a Jamaican, everybody wants to be a Jamaican. Everybody want to try to be a Jamaican, even if they're not a Jamaican. So to be a Jamaican is a very proud thing. You know what I mean?
Yo, being Jamaican is like being the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, there's a lot of islands out there, but Jamaica, I feel like it's the biggest impact. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have been born anything, but I was born Jamaican, so I'm happy because there's so much culture and talent. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even have to try. You know what I'm saying? Just being Jamaican brought me here, like, where I am right now. You know what I'm saying? With the entertainment, just being myself, like, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the progress and the success that my country has seen. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that it's able to, how every culture can connect to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of different places, you know, a lot of foreign places where people can't really connect with them because there's either a language barrier or a culture barrier or whatever. But every culture, like, accepts Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
As a proud Jamaican, I took it as my mission to help bridge the gap between the people and opportunities for a better life without leaving the country.
Being Jamaican means that I am a part of a culture that is very, it has this diverse dynamic that, from my past experience working as a flight attendant, it doesn't matter where around the world I go to, being Jamaica is a brand that everyone recognizes. I am always amazed by how people would just come into this state of excitement the minute that they learn that I'm Jamaica. So being Jamaica to me means that I am from a place that is rich with culture and diversity.
Being Jamaican means a lot to me. When you tell somebody you're Jamaican, their eyes just light up. Like, you know, Like that's the best place on the planet, but it means a lot. I spent 10 years of my life there, and it set the foundation for the rest of my life. So coming from that standpoint, it taught me how to be who I am today. So Jamaica means more than just the beaches and you know, the music and everything else. It means it's a foundation for me.
What does being a Jamaican mean to me? Being a Jamaican means so many things. I mean, first and foremost, I think being a Jamaican, you're proud of where you're from, you're proud of your island, proud of your music, proud of your heritage, proud of your culture, and everything that comes with that. I mean, we have a lot of reasons to be proud. Jamaica has not only the fastest man and the fastest woman on the track and field, but we also have a lot of great people from the land of Jamaica, from not just politics and sports and business and you know, academia. I mean, we got so many reasons to celebrate being Jamaicans.
It means everything to me. I mean, that's my identity, and I wear it loud and proud. I'm the first one to tell you that I am Jamaican, regardless of what your thinking is. I am Jamaican. I will never shy away from that. I'm a proud Jamaican, friend.
Being Jamaica is a total way of life. Culturally speaking, it's a very, for lack of a better word, intoxicating culture. It's like a brand, it's like a global brand.
I wouldn't really know how to put that in words, but it just seems like there's always a drawing and a connection and something always pulling you back, you know, because of, I guess, the culture and the things that you are exposed to when you're younger and the experiences you had, you know, growing up.
Being a Jamaican, I never thought about that. World changer. I think definitely Jamaicans are world changers.
It is the most important aspect of my life. It really is about a certain sense of culture in the way you behave, your mannerism. But I always say that every one of us have a win or basically just have to win mentality, right? And I think it's something that's taught in the culture and taught in the people, right? My mother always say, lick about with talawa, right? We always take the little bit that we have and make the most of it. We always fight to try and get to the next level. We have such a competitive spirit amongst each other too as well, that we always want to succeed. And that's something that's in the internal spirit of within the Jamaican culture and Jamaican people as well. And I love it. It is within the core fiber of me. And I don't know if I was born somewhere else, would I have had that in my inner spirit. And it's something that I feel that is from the culture and being from the island.
To be honest, I don't know. There's like a certain kind of pride that goes with being Jamaican. It's like I guess everybody from every other nation feels the same way, but there's something about being Jamaican. It's like you belong to the IT club. And it's not a braggadocious thing. It's just like we're a very small nation with a whole lot of items on our resume, and it's just something to be proud of, you know?
Being Jamaican mean that I'm a part of a, put it this way, winning team.
I mean, it means a lot. Just by my personal experience, growing up in Jamaica, you know, it's nothing compares to it. Jamaica is a place where the nature is your best friend.
I love the food, I love the culture, I love the clothes. I am so blessed to be a part of such a rich culture.
If you go to Europe and so forth and they hear Jamaica, to them it's really like a first world Caribbean country. They think of it as the same thing as the Cayman Islands and so forth. So I think the Jamaican people don't really realize our, I guess we can call it clout, or the intangible asset that we have as a culture. I think it goes further than we really exercise it to be. You know, I think that going somewhere overseas and saying I'm Jamaican can really get you a job.
Being Jamaican, no, can't be Jamaican. You know, represent Jamaica. Represent Jamaica is you walk, you talk, the way you live, the way you associate. And it's just all about putting your culture and your heritage in some sense first. You know, when you interact with people, you try to put that You try to put that your best foot out there to say, we are not like everyone else, you know. Try to set yourself apart in a good way.
With all these things, you would think that Jamaica is a paradise. But it's a country like any other, and just like any other country, they have their faults and problems that they face as well.
You hope to see, probably before, if I'm still here, if I might choose to migrate, whatever the case is, better fit for the country. Being Jamaican, I don't know, it's sort of funny. It's kind of harsh to say, but you know, it's like you feel special, but you don't feel so special at the same time. We have nothing to offer except borrow money or tourism, where people come to visit.
I'm a bit uncomfortable and a bit mixed feelings because a few times, I'm actually going down in the next 2 days still, but the last few times I've been there, the state of emergency and the soldiers, them, what them call them, Zozo, that definitely make me feel a little bit uncomfortable because like that's a sweet, sweet Jamaica where I want to carry my American friend them, I want to carry my youth them go experience the life of me experience growing up. I say be a soldier, I'm not used to them something there. So it's like, the state where they're right now is like, I think the internet has a lot to do with it. The internet definitely have a lot to do because people say, people overseas, whether it's US, Canada, or England, where anywhere in the world other than Jamaica, they see certain things go on and they want to do it, they want to copy it. And it's a sense of people want to just outdo someone. There's no helping hand anymore. Remember one time, you can't just go anybody yard and get some food. No, you go somebody yard get some food, them gonna tell the next person, say, yo, you know, say, just come some food, and it just create animosity. And Jamaican people have a bullbuck and duppy conquering mentality, like you won't disrespect me because I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then that just create a lot of hostility. And greed play a big part because everybody want to look a scamming thing or they want a quick come up, they want to work, feed them more. So the state right now, it's a lot of mixed feelings because on that end you have the greed and the crime and the bad vibes and everything. But on the other end, where I'm from in White House, it's being highly developed right now, very, very developed. I'm thinking of fixing up my property down there, and there's a lot of different communities that I'm seeing built, like newly built houses. Airbnb is a big thing on my scheme in South Sea Park right now. So it's mixed feelings. Yeah, on some hand, I don't like what I'm going with the crime and the greed of people trying to impress or just a quick come up. Nobody wants to work for it no more. The quickness of getting what you want in life, it's starting crime. So that's not good.
How do I feel about the state of Jamaica right now? Number one, I feel bad, but I also feel good because I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing improvement that is making. I just kind of hope and wish that we'd have gotten a handle of it a long time ago when it comes on to the crime rate and so forth. But away from that, everywhere, I always say this, everywhere, I think because of the fact Jamaica is small and it's kind of dense, where some things get bigger than what it is. I think presently what we're doing, we need to come together and work together as one country, one people, just like the motto say in Jamaica, out of many, one people. I think we need to come together and we need to work together for a same goal, to see a better Jamaica, a better tomorrow.
You know, it's sad at times. Again, I think if you were in the country, I don't think you would see it as badly as people abroad see it. Because I mean, it's not in a bad state. I mean, I go back and it's like going back to when I was there in school, and when I was there, you know, with all my friends and everything. And you don't see as much hardship as is being broadcasted outside the country. You know, being up here in the States and staying connected, it's usually the bad things that you hear. You hear about the violence, the crime. And everyone asks, you know, oh, is Jamaica safe to go to? Like, you know, I want to go on a holiday, is it safe? And, you know, it's always a difficult answer because everything I'm being fed now by the media and stuff about home, it's like, well, it's not safe sometimes. It's not, there's a lot of crime, there's this, that. But then again, I've gone back and, you know, knock on wood, I've never really experienced anything. You know, every time I've gone back, it's been paradise. It's been what I've thought of. It's been with my friends, it's been my family, it's been, you know, I've never had a situation where I have really felt you know, as threatened as I could be. And then again, you know, I've been pretty fortunate where I grew up and stuff in Jamaica, but I think it gets a worse rap than it actually is.
The thing is too, man, as you just said, we can't shortchange each other. And that's a lot of things that's going on, you know what I mean? So my business is making a certain amount of money, and I have people that are working, and I'm trying to shortchange them just to get the bigger cut of the money. You know what I mean? Again, it's business, and we get it, you know what I mean? People buy stuff and people do stuff, and you gotta reinvest your money. But if the labor force is happy, then you're gonna have a bigger your productivity is gonna be better. So if you have, say again, we have a chain of hotels and we're asking people to work every day or stuff like that, then as an owner, if I don't look at them as even workers, look at them as like, not even employees, like extended family members or stuff like that. If I make sure they're good, then I know my business will be good.
So I think one, the lack of corruption. There's too much corruption in Jamaica. A lot of money comes through Jamaica, but it doesn't funnel down to the people. Better infrastructure. And I was just talking about it with somebody yesterday, is that for me, when you think of the state of Jamaica, it's a little scary. The fact that the primary fuel to our economy is tourism. And I was thinking about it, I said, what if a natural disaster hit Jamaica? What happened to the economy? So I think Jamaica on a whole needs to be rebuilt, and I believe it starts with the political system.
Mixed emotions, because I'm committed to Jamaica. I'm concerned about the fact that our people no longer seem to resolve issues in a civil and amicable way. There's too much death and mayhem that are unnecessary. We're not truly leveraging the expectation of what our people truly are all about. Too much young people are being lost, but I'm very concerned about our nation, and whether or not some in our leadership have lost the capacity or the right to lead. In other words, we can't have the asylees running the asylum.
The country is in a good footing, and I must tell you, the government is doing everything to bring back a Jamaica that people can always live and work.
There's a lot of areas that need development in Jamaica. I think that can come from the private sector bringing their exposure back to the country, such as same way the musicians do, same way realtors do, the same way developers do. I think that would be a major key.
The state of the country is not anything we will never see before. Any given day you have your ups and your downs, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't paint a picture like, oh, the country is in a terrible state right now, because unless you can pre the future, that's the only way you're going to stop crime or anything. And the two man can't end up arguing right now and anything happen, you know what I mean? So, but I say Jamaica good.
How can you help with our resources, natural resources, here, for the people then? Stop sell it out, stop privatize it out, find means and way how you can expand it. That's it include we the people, yeah, everybody. You understand? Because it don't make no sense to have all of these resources where we are owned by people outside of the country.
How by the few rich man?
We buy right. Or the few. And at the end of the day, when you come and you're going to talk a bag of crap to me, you know, and my friend them and say, yo, we're willing for help now, we're willing for this and we're willing for that. But at the same time, we give them sausage and we give them ideas and things. And each time the US dollar move, they move with light bill, you move with gas bill, go car, and you move everything and the food bill. So when you come with this minimum wage thing, what you think happen? You understand? That's all just breed poverty and crime. Anyway you want to take it. So we need them to come to we and try to show we know how best them can take over back our system. That's we can get involved in the system in a real way. Understand, Joe?
You have plenty hope, man. Can't give up, you know. You see, you have to just man, try until if when the last side you find say you're out now, at that time the hope have to give up because you don't know how to hit now. But otherwise hope is there. You know, a place no, nobody can outrun the law. You see, you do your thing, but in the long run, the law catch up on you, you know, so you know how we go.
You know what the media put forth is in some way, I believe, is kind of biased. News has to sell. How does news sell? Negative news sell. You know, you really can't turn on the TV and hear that, okay, you know, here's this guy who did etc. in a positive light every single day of the week. That won't sell. What will sell though is the negative aspect of the news and how they are portraying Jamaica now, you know, with the scamming being the top of the list and the murders being the top of the list and the murders that are associated with the scamming being top of the list. We all hear that, we all see that. You know, but what they refuse to tell you is that all these murders we are commit 9 out of 10 times, you know, I'm not even gonna put gang violence in it. 9 out of 10 times these are people that have some conflict with each other. Not saying innocent people don't get in the crossfire, because, you know, I'll be lying if, you know, there's always casualty to a war, but that's just one aspect of Jamaica.
The next question basically goes into an action plan, and we ask the people, what do they feel would help the people of Jamaica, especially the youth?
Yo, I want to see more programs, man, more programs for young people, more training for young people, and not training to become just a part of the workforce, right? We want more training that's going to encourage entrepreneurship, training that will educate in tech and energy and how to be your own boss, things like that, right? I would love the government would invest, right? The leaders would invest in encouraging our young people to be more free thinkers rather than become part of the labor force, so to speak.
Aim towards, you know, open this, going to trading, going to investment, encourage brokerage firms to do more ads for, encourage more people to get into, you know, finance. Also a lack of news reporting on financial sector. There's plenty of things that happen worldwide that affects the country, whether it's long-term, short-term, that's not being displayed to the public.
Why them should invest because the country needs to develop more in order them try adapt other country style. Them can bring them own thing and create them own thing, make other people want to do what we are doing instead of them follow other people's style.
It probably has to be a situation where we have to change the culture of people, how is it that when times are hard, you can, try to entertain other options that don't necessarily involve going to a life of crime and violence.
I think we need to take a closer look at our education system because you'll find that we are turning out a lot of persons from high school who are still unable to read and write, based on my experience here. And the hospital industry, I think there needs to be some improvement there. And I think customer service throughout Jamaica needs a lot of improvement. I think we need to take a lot more pride in how we deal with customers on a whole.
I would like to fix with regards to Jamaica. Educational opportunities for the youth is very limited. It's there, but it's very expensive. And also employment opportunities, very limited. So many people work minimum wage, and minimum wage there is not like here. Minimum wage is like nothing. Your bus fare to work and back. Can't even buy food. It's really depressing. So I would definitely like to change the educational system and employment, more employment opportunities. We are going to be those agents of change, you know?
It's a collective approach. And I say it's a collective approach because we'll require all hands on deck.
Hold on.
Everyone can play their part and everyone should play their part. It's not for some to do and others to sit on a rock stone and wait. We have to get out of the wait for the remittance mentality and realize that the true remit is within ourselves. We have to do for us. And sure, external assistance will be required, but we have to be the drivers of that.
For Jamaica to be fixed, first we have to start at the root. A lot of people have the potential to learn, but there is no help. There is no help for them to go to school to get this kind of education they need because the government made the education system so rigid. If you don't have money, it's like you don't have a chance at education. And because of that, you have more poverty. So you have one challenge, getting the education, another a challenge, getting the job. And this should not be. Once you are qualified, the government should ensure that there are places where these persons can get a job. You understand? From these persons can get a job, then we will not have this brain drain. We don't have to have our nurses and teachers traveling to other countries to find a job. Later on, when all these nurses and teachers migrate, then what will happen? Turn to another country looking for teachers and nurses to come here. When that shouldn't be, we should have done have people already there.
Jamaica need to fix corruption and violence, and we have a lot of deep-rooted problem. We tend to put a band-aid on the sores and not try and fix the root of the problems and challenges that we face. More discipline, more accountability.
So basically what we're doing is we have this grassroots community development brand that is building in Jamaica Story. It's developed into something even bigger, into something that people can even hold closer to heart than they can hold a film. It's a brand. It's something that everybody kind of takes ownership of, loves, and builds. What's the answer to all of this? I'm not exactly sure, but I know it revolves around accountability. Jamaicans everywhere around the world and in every social class have to be held accountable for where this country ends up. This is a beautiful country, and it's all of our responsibility to stand up for it. Jamaicans investing in Jamaica. This means that Jamaicans all over the world, all over the country, need to sit there and they need to invest their time, their money, and their effort into making this country a better place. At the end of the day, there's one problem that we all can look at, see a solution for, work together on putting a team, and actually making a difference within the country. Right now, Jamaicans suffer from money coming in from overseas, being pumped into Jamaica, creating profits, and then those profits going back overseas. We need money coming in from overseas, the profits then being invested into the community then investing money back into Jamaica, and Jamaica investing back into the community in a ping-pong fashion. And then what we can look for overseas is partnerships and symbiotic relationships, more than just a cash infusion to keep us going. How do we fix it? I'm not exactly sure. But at the end of the day, that's why this is called Jamaica Story, because it's an ever-growing and an ever-ongoing story about Jamaica. And I hope that you guys would join in the conversation by emailing us at jamaicastorydocumentary@gmail.com. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how we can work together, and let's see how we can make a better Jamaica. Thank you.